The federal government has developed a national environmental plastic waste control regulation to protect Nigeria from environmental and health hazards associated with plastic pollution. The Director General of the National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency, Aliyu Jauro, at a stakeholders forum to adopt the draft regulation in Abuja. He said the regulations will provide a needed tool to enforce the national policy on waste management 2020.
And gazette the National Environmental Plastic Waste Control Regulation 20.
A meeting to adopt the final draft of the National Environmental Plastic Waste Control Regulation, the 35th in the set of regulations by the National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency, NESREA. The regulations are designed to provide needed enforcement tool for the 2020 national policy on waste management, which aims at reducing plastic pollution in Nigeria by 50% by the year 2025.
The volume of plastic in the ocean is projected to surpass the amount of fish by the year 2030 if nothing is done, because when you litter plastics and when it rains, the rain washes the plastics and it ends up in our rivers and ocean.
Plastics found mostly in packaging materials, construction, automotive and power sectors are said to be non-biodegradable, with far-reaching consequences on the health of the people and the environment. The draft was arrived at after getting the buy-in of stakeholders in the value chain with a view to making the regulations implementable.
The plastic waste regulatory process, or the subject matter of plastic waste, is so important that it's multifaceted and cuts across economic, social, environment, and even political right now.
Everybody goes to buy akara. He takes a plastic bag, loads the akara in it. As soon as he finishes eating, he just throws it on the streets. But if he doesn't have access to such single-use plastics, we will not run into this many.
NESREA says when gazetted, it will embark on massive enlightenment to get people aware of the provisions of the law, the negative impact of plastic waste on the environment and health, as well as their responsibilities in curbing the menace. Nkoli Omodu, AIT News, Abuja, Nigeria's capital.
The Nigeria Hydrological Agency says the amount of water released from Lagdo Dam is far insignificant to cause any flooding in Nigeria, but blames incessant flooding in the country on inadequate dams along major rivers. The agency's Director General